6 months ago, you weren't just hoping for change. You were begging for it. In your bedroom, in your car, maybe even the middle of a prayer or a breakdown. You reached a moment where you said, I can't live like this anymore. You asked for a shift, something new, something real. But what followed was silence. No sign, no breakthrough, just more waiting. And it hurt, because when you're ready to rise, nothing feels more cruel than standing still. But what if the quiet was never a punishment? What if the delay was the delivery? You thought you were being ignored, forgotten. But the truth? You were being rewired. The version of you that made that desperate request, you were bold, even if barely holding it together. But you were also wired for survival, not expansion. Your nervous system didn't feel safe with what you were asking for. It couldn't hold love without suspicion. It couldn't hold money without anxiety. It couldn't hold success without self-sabotage. So the universe didn't say no. It said, let's build the version of you who can hold this. Now, this is where most people give up. You check your banking app more than your socials just to feel something familiar. You wake up at 3 a.m. replaying what you said in that conversation. You open social media. Instead of feeling inspired, you feel behind. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just running on programming that treats progress like danger. And every day, there's a voice in your head that says, you're a fraud. You'll never get there. Who are you kidding? But you're learning now. That's just the old voice, the survival voice, the one that always and only knows comfort zones. And then there's the second voice, the one you're building in silence. Keep going. One more rep. One more breath. This is what progress feels like. That second voice, you have to create it. You have to choose it every single time the first voice shows up. Because transformation doesn't happen by silencing the critic. It happens by strengthening the responder. So how do you know you're actually changing? Because you're catching yourself. And that's everything. You start drafting that 2 a.m. emotional text and stop. You breathe. You close the app. You check your finances. Feel the panic rise. And instead of spiraling, you say, I've handled worse. I'll find a way. You get ghosted and your mind screams rejection. But this time, you don't crumble. Maybe you journal. You go for a walk. You stay rooted. You feel left out at the party. But you don't pretend, overtalk, or fake a laugh. You just be. These aren't small wins. These are identity upgrades. You're no longer reacting from trauma. You're responding from alignment. And every time you make that shift, even once, you give the second voice more power, more control. That's how it grows. This in-between space is the gym for your nervous system. It's where the next version of you gets trained. You've got two voices inside you right now. One, the old voice, screams, you're not made for this. You'll fail. You're not enough. That's survival mode, fear, the default programming wired by past pain. The other voice, the one you're building, whispers, stay hard, breathe, one step, one breath, one decision at a time. It doesn't shout. It doesn't panic. It says, you've survived worse, and you can handle what's next. Every time the familiar fear voice claws its way up, instead of scrambling hat in hand, you choose the new one. You answer with calm, with conviction, with embodied trust. Because your body isn't responding to words, it's responding to the frequency you choose to hold. Here's how you keep rising. Without proof, drop the deadline. Stop measuring your worth by the clock. Time doesn't define transformation. Your embodiment does. Start asking, am I acting like the future version of me today? And then breathe like it's the whole practice. 6 counts in, 6 counts out. This isn't just calming. It's a message to your entire system. We're safe now. We don't have to hustle for survival. Make your breath the first response, not the last resort. And I want you to feel the future. Don't chase it. Close your eyes and walk like you've already landed the job. Speak like someone who already trusts their timing. Make the version of you you're becoming so familiar, your nervous system stops treating it like a stranger. And you need to catch the spiral early. That voice in your head that whispers, It's not working? Don't wait until you're 2 hours into overthinking or doom scrolling. Interrupt it with movement, with breath, with truth. The sooner you catch it, the faster you shift. And trust like it's a habit, not a mood. Don't wait to feel trusting. Practice trust when it's hardest. That's when it rewires, because creation doesn't respond to your comfort zone. It responds to your consistency. This is how you build alignment that lasts. It's quiet, consistent, embodied. Here's the truth most people miss. You're not becoming. You've already become. The version of you that once begged for change, they've been dissolving. And what's emerging now is someone who no longer needs the thing to prove they're worthy of it. You already are. You're not waiting for permission anymore. You are the permission. The delay didn't hold you back. It held you together. It built the strength, the vision, the regulation required to keep what you ask for. And now you're a match to it. The delivery is inevitable. So breathe and welcome it in. If this landed for you, if you felt seen, cracked open, or recalibrated by this message, don't stay silent. Subscribe to Mind Hackrs. This is where science meets spirit and survival mode meets self-mastery. Like the video, share your breakthrough, and drop in the comments, what part of you are you finally ready to stop carrying? Let's build from here together.